wind moved softly through Havenbrook Valley that autumn morning. Golden fields rolled gently beneath the pale blue sky. The old white farmhouse near Miller's Creek stood quietly beneath a towering oak tree. Beside the farmhouse, there was a garden, or at least, what used to be one. The flowers had withered months ago. Brown stems leaned lifelessly against cracked soil. Petals had long since fallen away. And yet, every morning before sunrise, Eleanor Whittaker still watered them. Slowly, carefully, faithfully, as though they were still alive. 3 years earlier, the garden had been beautiful. Her husband Thomas planted every row himself. Daisies, lavender, sunflowers, wild roses near the fence. Thomas used to say, "A home should always have something blooming." He was the kind of man who fixed broken fences for neighbors before fixing his own. The kind who greeted mornings with prayer before coffee. The kind who laughed deeply, warmly. The kind of laugh that made a house feel full. But illness came quietly, and left loudly. By the following winter, Thomas was gone. And after the funeral, the flowers slowly died too. Each morning, Eleanor carried the same rusted watering can across the yard. The same slow footsteps. The same silence. Children walking past the farmhouse sometimes whispered, "Why does she keep watering dead flowers?" Even Eleanor herself no longer knew the answer. Maybe because stopping felt too final. Maybe because the garden was the last place Thomas still felt close. Maybe because grief sometimes keeps people standing still while the world quietly moves on without them. One windy afternoon, a dusty pickup truck arrived at the old cottage across the dirt road. A young widow named Martha Hayes stepped out with her little daughter, Lucy. Lucy was only 8 years old. Bright eyes, messy auburn curls. The kind of child who spoke to butterflies as though they might answer. From her porch, Eleanor watched them unpack quietly. Boxes, blankets, old furniture. A life beginning again somewhere unfamiliar. That evening, Lucy wandered toward Eleanor's fence. She stared curiously at the dead garden, then finally asked, "Why do you water flowers that aren't growing anymore?" Eleanor paused. Her fingers tightened slightly around the watering can. "I suppose," she whispered softly, "I just don't want them to feel forgotten." Lucy looked at the flowers again, then back at Eleanor. Lucy returned carrying something behind her back. A tiny sunflower pot. Its yellow petals glowed brightly against the fading autumn yard. "I brought you one," she said proudly. Sometimes she simply sat beside Eleanor while she watered the garden. And slowly, the silence around the farmhouse began changing. One rainy evening, she slowly fell to her knees in the mud and cried. Not politely, not quietly. Years of loneliness poured out beneath the storm-dark sky. Moments later, Lucy and Martha rushed across the road carrying lanterns. They found Eleanor kneeling beside the broken sunflower. Without saying a word, Lucy wrapped her small arms tightly around her. And there, beneath the storm, Eleanor whispered her first real prayer in years. "God, I don't know how to begin again." The wind softened slightly. Rain continued falling. But something inside her loosened. Grief had lived inside her for so long. It had begun feeling like home. But healing requires movement. Even small movement. The following morning, Lucy arrived carrying tiny seed packets. Mom says flowers look dead before spring comes. Eleanor looked across her brown garden. Then slowly, she knelt beside Lucy. Together, they cleared dead stems, turned soil, planted seeds. Not because winter was over, but because hope sometimes begins long before evidence appears. Days passed gently. The valley grew colder. And one golden sunrise, tiny green sprouts emerged from Eleanor's garden. Then lavender. Then daisies. Then wild roses climbing the fence once again. The farmhouse no longer looked lonely.